A payroll issue meant I was going to be late on my rent. When I returned home, my apartment had shrunk by 2 feet on each side. It was now only 10 square feet. I rented an edge spot that came with a window. Staring out, I saw throngs of people below, marching along the overcrowded streets, trying to keep warm. There were billions of homeless in this frozen world, all unable to afford a safe spot inside of a concrete tower block. The poor sods shuffled along endlessly until they eventually collapsed and were crushed underfoot. Regardless, I was too tired to talk with the landlord and laid on my cold slab of a bed. 16 hours of producing spring veins for the biological concrete partitions had worn me down and, like Sisyphus, was condemned to repeat it the next day. Shortly after dozing off, I was awoken by the sound of my bed moving, its metal feet scraping across the floor. The room was shrinking. My furniture and possessions were being crushed by the growing walls. In the chaos, my left leg twisted awkwardly, and I felt an immediate tearing pain. I screamed for help, knowing nobody would. Then, I heard laughter through the intercom as my room settled into its new size. 5 feet square. My window was also gone. It was my landlord, Grisham. Bastard. He wasn't kidding. It was legal to titrate someone if they ran into arrears. After all, it created a vacancy with an increased rental price. As I crawled out of my room and into the skinny corridor, I saw my neighbor's daughter, Sally, asleep on the floor. There wasn't enough space for her in her own family's room. She was so sweet, but I despaired at the kind of life her future children would have to endure. I stepped over her quietly and hobbled to work, shuffling along the tight corridor. Not everyone was as thoughtful. Crossing the congested overhead bridge to my work at the Concretorium, number 445686, I glimpsed nearby towers reconfiguring themselves as the landlords literally squeezed their tenants for what little they had. My supervisor grabbed me when I arrived. I told him to stop joking. But when he told me to check my rent account, I cried. There was over $1 million. Once home, I paid Grisham, and my room reverted to its original design. Grisham grinned knowingly when I told him I'd won the sweepstakes. He knew what I'd asked for. I wanted the whole floor to myself. The living concrete walls moved slowly outward, compressing the rooms behind them and pulverizing their occupants. I heard Sally and her parents next door desperately wailing and crying. But I couldn't help myself. I wanted more room. I wanted space. It was everyone's dream. and I had enough money to keep it this way for the whole day. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see you next week with a brand new episode of The Scary Show.